With us now is Weather Bell meteorologist Joe Bastardi. He's also the author of the book, The Climate Chronicles: Inconvenient Revelations You Won't Hear from Al Gore and Others. So, Joe, just as you said last week, the weather warmed up, a cold spell. What's bringing this latest cold weather on?
Well, we're seeing a pattern repetition going on. And, Weather Bell, we've been saying since the summer, we thought this was going to be a wild winter across much of the United States because of the sea surface temperature configurations have a lot to do with it in the Pacific and in the Indian Ocean, believe it or not, and right off the eastern seaboard. Now, off the East Coast, the water is warm, and in the early part of the season, that fights these winter storms. The later part of the season, as you get back deeper into December and January and February, what will happen is, as more and more cold air comes in, there are bigger fights along the East Coast, so it'll start snowing along the eastern seaboard. But the Midwest, the lakes, the Central Plains have had 2 to 3 times their normal amount of snow already for this time of the year, and they're about to get hammered again. Nebraska, from Denver to Duluth, the first storm is going. That's tonight and tomorrow. And Minneapolis, St. Paul is probably going to get 6 to 12 inches of snow with this one. That one scoots across the Great Lakes and is off the eastern seaboard by Thanksgiving Day. And that's the strong winds coming into the eastern part of the United States out of the north, which means that it could be interesting if you're holding balloons Thanksgiving Day in New York City. You're going to get a big Latin hip workout trying to hold on to those things, because you're probably going to get some wind gusts because the wind is out of the north. In New York City, it faces the roads go east, west, and north, south. Those alleys between the big buildings that the parade goes on, actually the wind accelerates between there. So that's going to be interesting to see what's going to go on with that over there. By Thanksgiving, a new storm is loading up with snow from the Texas Panhandle. It races northeastward, and later Friday and Saturday and Sunday, that spreads across the lakes and perhaps as far south as the Mason-Dixon line in the northeast. Now, this is kind of interesting because there's some big football games in the Big Ten this weekend. Minnesota, Wisconsin. You got the Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State, Rutgers, of course. I'm a Penn State grad, so that's going to be there may be some interesting weather for that. But look, a large part of the country, from Texas on northeastward to D.C. and back to Cincinnati and down to Florida, it's going to have some pretty good weather for travel this week. Okay. And it closes in on the weekend. But I will tell you this, next week, things get real interesting. It's the cold that's going to be in the West. And you people in the West, Salt Lake City, Reno, even Las Vegas, it may snow in Las Vegas this week out of this situation. And of course, Denver, too. So it's the West and up into the north that gets hammered. There's going to be impact there. But further south and east, let's not make it bad everywhere, especially where it's going to be good.
All right, Joe Bastardi, thank you so much for your time. I want to remind people you've also written a new book, and we'll have more on that in the future. Thank you so much, Joe.
Thanks a lot. Have a great day, everyone.
You too.